African wildlife. No other continent matches the wealth of wildlife found in Africa. Covering the full climatic spectrum from intense heat to bitter cold, its varied vegetation has given rise to a wide range of animals, including mammals, birds, reptiles, fish, and insects. Among them are more than 40 species of primate, ranging from tiny galagos to huge gorillas, a great variety of antelopes, gazelles, and other hoofed animals, and 70 species of carnivore. Bird life, too, is extraordinarily rich. More than 1,500 species live south of the Sahara. In addition, Africa is inhabited by the world's fastest land animal, the cheetah, the biggest bird, ostrich, the largest land animal, the elephant.
Grassland wildlife. African grasslands, savannas, sustain over 20 species of grazing animals, from the giant sable antelope to the tiny pygmy antelope. The herds of plains game and their predators, including lions, are pursued by scavengers such as hyenas and vultures. Grassland birds include the guinea fowl and hornbills. Giraffe. The giraffe's great height, males reach up to 5.5 meters, 18 feet, gives it the advantage of being able to spot danger from a distance and then escape at speed. It also enables the giraffe to browse on acacia leaves that are out of the reach of most other grassland animals, giving it a near monopoly of its principal food supply. Zebra. Zebras usually live in family groups of 5 to 20 animals, but in the dry season they may gather in herds of a few hundred, for protection against predators such as lions. Male zebras defend themselves by kicking out with their legs and hooves. Zebras eat the tough tops of the grasses. Papyrus. The most common plant in African swamps is papyrus. It grows in clumps, often dense enough to support the weight of large animals. Africa's wetlands are seething with wildlife, such as crocodiles, hippos, floodplain species such as lekwes, and fish, including the Nile perch and tigerfish. The wetlands also provide stopping places for migratory birds flying south to winter in Africa. Hippopotamus. Hippos spend most of the day submerged in water, with only their ears, eyes, and nostrils above the surface. They become active at dusk when they emerge from the water to graze on nearby grassland. Cichlid fish. Lakes Malawi and Tanganyika contain 265 different species of cichlid, mouth-brooding fish. All but 5 are unique to Africa. Great depth, isolation, and few predators have resulted in this proliferation. Lesser flamingo. 3 million flamingos gather at Lake Nakuru in Kenya, forming an amazing spectacle. They feed on the plentiful algae that flourish in the salty water, sunlight, and high temperatures in and around the lake. Desert wildlife. The African deserts include the Sahara, the world's largest desert, and the deserts of the Horn of Africa, Kalahari, and Namib. Though the deserts seem barren, they are home to many animals such as bustards, sandgrouse, and the scimitar-horned. Adax. The adax lives in the driest and hottest parts of the Sahara, conditions few other animals could tolerate. It rarely drinks as it obtains all its liquid from the succulent plants and tubers on which it feeds. Sand skink. The sand skink spends most of its life underground in its burrow. It uses its flattened rail to propel itself through the sand. It preys on small mammals, such as mice, as well as birds' eggs. If attacked, the sand skink can shed its tail, confusing IRS attacker and enabling it to gur away. Sandgrouse. Despite living in the open desert, sandgrouse must drink regularly. This often means flying long distances. Sandgrouse brain water for their young by immersing themselves in water and carrying droplets back to their nests in their feathers. Rainforest wildlife. Rainforests dominate western Central Africa. The warm, wet environment is home to many animals. Herbivores such as gorillas feed on leaves. Fruit that falls from the canopy provides food for pigs and porcupines, while animals such as tree pangolins forage in the trees. Yellow-backed duiker. Standing 1 meter, 3.3 feet, arche shoulder, the yellow-backed duiker is the largest of the forest duikers. In West Africa, it lives in the densest parts of the rainforest. In East Africa, it lives in bamboo forests. Red colobus monkey. The red colobus is one of 5 species of specialized leaf-eating primates spread across Africa. It lives in the forest canopy in family groups of about 20 animals, rarely descending to the ground. Fennec fox. The fennec lives in small colonies among sand dunes, into which it burrows to avoid the heat. It burrows so quickly, it disappears from sight in seconds. Small spotted genet. This cat-like animal spends the day asleep in the branches of a tree, becoming active at night. An agile climber, it stalks its prey, birds, small mammals, and insects, like a cat, before seizing it with a sudden pounce. Mountain wildlife. The mountains of Ruwenzori, Kenya, and Kilimanjaro have distinctive plants and animals. Rodents inhabit moorland, while the scarlet-tufted malachite sunbird lives in close association with giant lobelias. Mountain gorilla. The mountain gorilla is confined to a small area of rainforest, at a point where the boundaries of Uganda, Zaire, and Rwanda meet. It is a massively built animal, but is not normally aggressive. The females build nests where they sleep with their young. The gelada, Therapithecus gelada, is a fascinating and unique primate species. Here are some key points about the gelada. Physical characteristics. Thick, shaggy coat that's reddish-brown in color. Distinctive red hourglass-shaped mark on its chest. Long, powerful arms and legs. Habitat and distribution. Found only in the high-altitude, open country of Ethiopia. Lives near cliffs and rock faces, which provide shelter and protection. Diet. Herbivorous, feeding on seeds, roots, grass, and fruit. Uses its powerful jaws and teeth to grind and crush tough plant material. Behavior. Social animals, living in large groups, up to several hundred individuals. Known for their complex communication system, which includes vocalizations, facial expressions, and body language. Conservation status. Listed as least concern on the IUCN Red List, but their population is declining due to habitat loss, fragmentation, and human-wildlife conflict. Gelada. The gelada is the sole survivor of a group of ground-dwelling primates now found only in Ethiopia. It lives in open country at high altitude, close to cliffs and rock faces, where it retreats if alarmed. It eats seeds, roots, grass, and fruit. Rock hyrax. Rock hyraxes live in colonies of 50 or more among rocky outcrops. They remain alert for signs of danger, such as eagles and leopards. Crowned hawk eagle. One of the largest eagles, the crowned hawk eagle is widely distributed throughout the mountainous regions of East Africa and Zaire, wherever there are suitable forests containing the monkeys that are its chief food. Giant plants. Africa's mountain plants include some of the most extraordinary vegetation in the world. Plants small elsewhere have grown into giants, including the giant lobelia, tree heath, and giant groundsel, which reaches 9 meters, 30 feet, in height. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe and hit the bell icon. Follow for more video like this. You will get best learning experience.